Today we're looking to go out to a forest and get some photos and videos, and we're just looking to create something different. But where we're going is actually called Devil's Woods. Now, you know those types of places where when you was a kid you used to run past, or you used to try and avoid it and find the longest route around so you don't have to walk through it, or things like that. This is that place. There's crazy stories about like kids going missing and it being haunted and all those types of things, and you kind of build it up and build these urban myths up in your community and in your area, and you hear different stories. But we're going there today to film simply because it's the closest place that has a forest, and it's cold today, so we're not looking to go out too far. So we're here now at the entrance, and this is kind of what leads you to the woods. It's just like a basic underpass, and this is what was avoided back in the day. Like you'd cross this line, but there's another point which we're going to get to that you wouldn't go past, but I'll show you that in a bit. We're here now, and when we go out anywhere we kind of look for things that are interesting. We don't just look for like an interesting tree or branches or things like that. You look for where the light's leaking in, and you look for like things that have character within the woods. So it might be the way that a tree is formed, as in it makes like a type of chair or something, but it has a bit of light leaking behind it, or there might be something growing around that area that just looks interesting, and we'll just take photos. But it's all about the lighting, and everything's natural. Obviously when you're outside like in the woods, middle of nowhere, you're not going to take your lighting gear with you, so you have to make everything natural. Walking over here one time, like in summer, like you know when you're kids and you're just like messing around, you just go out and walks and you're making dents and all that. I'm talking like it was probably about 13, 12, and we was walking through here, and it started raining, but we was all thirsty and that, we wanted a drink, and we was away from home and things like that. So we went to the petrol station, then we had to come all the way back, but it was really chucking it down. But it turns out that one of our friends, who was called Simon, saw this guy called Farmer Gaz. And Farmer Gaz, remember Farmer Gaz?
Yeah.
Oh, Farmer Gaz was this massive Viking looking guy. Like he was just massive. He must have been 7 foot something, and he was just big, like big shovel hands, everything. Like, and there were stories about him kidnapping kids and all that type of stuff. You know, like kids make up these stories and that. Simon knew him, and Simon was talking to him because he did some work for him and that. And he was like, yeah, do you want to lift back to where you going? He was like, yeah, because it was raining obviously. So we've jumped in his van. Simon's jumped in the front. There's no room for us, so he says, yeah, you want to jump in the back? He's opened up the back. Me and this guy called Mark. He's opened up. Do you know about this story about Mark in the van?
Nah.
Yeah, I was just telling him about that time when Simon, we saw Farmer Gaz at the petrol station, and because it was raining we wanted to get back BP petrol station, and Farmer Gaz pulled up, and Simon says, you want to give us a lift back? Simon's jumped in the front. Farmer Gaz has asked me and Mark to sit in the back, and so we've jumped in the back. He's gave us a lift to Mark's, which is only up the road.
Yeah.
And then we've stopped. As we've got there, like Simon's got out, he's come around the back, opened it up, let me out, I've jumped out, and then I've shut the door on accident, and Farmer Gaz has started driving off. And then all you hear is Mark banging on the door like, let me out, I'm still in here, I'm still in. Obviously there's rumours like Farmer Gaz kidnaps kids and all that kind of stuff. So like, you can imagine Mark screaming and like everything. Oh, it's funny, man. But yeah, little story. So today is like a perfect example of how when you've got nothing to shoot or nowhere to go, or you think you live in a boring area or something like that, there's always opportunities to like go out and create some stuff out of nothing. Because then it forces you to be more creative, because sometimes when you've got loads around you, say if you live in London or New York or cities like that, it's easy to like step out the door and create something. But when you live in the middle of like somewhere that's not much going on, then you've got to really put your creative hat on, kind of thing. This just looks different. So we got a few shots. I got a bit of B-roll, things like that, and Dave's almost dropped. Yeah, we got quite a bit, so it went well. It's freezing out here, so we're just heading back now. And these woods, they're not as bad as what I remember them to be, because before you used to like, you wouldn't walk in them and you wouldn't stop. You'd just literally like run through them, like hope that you get home safely, kind of thing. And if you split up and you're a man down, like you can't make your own way home because no one ain't coming back for you. Like literally that's what it was. But yeah, it's not that bad here. They've actually changed it a lot. Like it's more like they've made some of it like more habitable for animals now. So they've sectioned little parts off, because I think the farmer is sold off the land, a lot of it anyway. HS2 is going down just up the road as well, and so there's a lot of construction going on. But you can see there Dave in the zone.
Boots are a mess.
Time to go in the house now and get some food, look at the footage, see how it looks, and then you guys will see it soon.